She seems to think that when she's 40, she'll just be able to magically obtain this guy, right? Does she not understand that most men are at the height of their success when they're about 40 and men aren't going to want to date a woman around their age? The only people who are going to be interested in a 40 plus year old woman single is younger men. Facts. Tell me if I'm lying. The only people interested in 40 plus year old women is younger men. Alright, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. We back. This is the same day, so no need to spray the cologne, but I will say it again in case you didn't watch it the last time. The cologne for the evening is Michael Malal. This is Jet Black cologne. Very good. I suggest you go out and get it. Not too expensive. Very good for your money. The scent for the evening is Winter Clementine by, we don't really care who it's by. It's a nice candle though, so yeah, that's good too. So yeah, let's get back into the video. Let's get into the video and not gonna hold you guys up. Let's do it, Kevin.
Like they're beneath you. Then you're looking at my blue collar brothers like they're not sophisticated enough for you. You gotta, okay, something just happened to the Wi-Fi. You got all these women out here overestimating themselves. Like they got all the time in the world. It's like, you know what? I don't want to just settle. 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 And I'm like, well, what do you mean? It's crazy outside. Settle? What do you mean settle? Settling for, and this is why I tell guys to do yourself a favor. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna lie. I would not want to date today as an average man. Dating today as an average man is horrible because women have no problem telling you that they want you to pay all their bills and this and that and all these other things. So that's why I deal with the men who want to separate themselves in the top 20%, top 10%, top 5%. Because the men who take on that level of burden qualify to ask for the best. But see, the thing is, you ladies, the ladies I'm talking about today who overestimate themselves, they still think they're as dope as they were when they were 22. If you gotta wear fake hair, if you had to get a waist trainer, if your body, if you can't put on a two-piece bikini, if I can pinch more than an inch, you're not as dope as you think you are. If you don't have actual collarbones, you're not as dope as you think you are. If you've had a kid for a man, your value has dropped drastically because your womb is used. Men who have had to make themselves the best version of themselves do not want to take all of their efforts and put it into a used womb. Sorry, ladies, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you the truth that nobody else told you because they're trying to smash. They're trying to hit it. I'm trying to tell you why you can't get nothing but a smash from these guys. Because you're overestimating yourself. I need you to ask yourself a question. How far are you from wife? Because there's this phase right here where you're on Instagram and you're on Plenty of Fish or Seeking Arrangements and all this other stuff where you're getting all this attention. It's one thing, you know, then there's the phase where you actually get a guy who's going to try to holler at you. Hey, and they're doing that's Netflix and chill. Let me swoop through. And Miami is good for it. Miami is loaded with beautiful women doing menial jobs. Women around here, I've seen some of the finest women who are waitresses. One chick today is on macaroons. I'm like, boy, howdy. I'm going to be in Miami a lot.
Howdy.
And I'm going to be right out there in a chick's face.
Kevin was
holla,
a dog.
Holla, 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 how you doing?
Kevin was a dog.
Shout out to my dog, Minister Job. I stay in the field work where the real work happens. I laugh when people are like, he's gay. I stay in a woman's face. Quackity quack, 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 quack. How you doing? Quack, 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 quack. Yeah, quackity quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. Come on. And I listen to how women talk to men they respect, how women talk to men they value, then how women talk about men who they think are less than them. You see how a man walks by a woman and she's sexually attracted to him, how she's different. Then you see how a man who walks by she's sexually attracted to, and he has conspicuous consumption displays of wealth or power, different things. At the end of the day, it is better for you as a man and for you as a man and a woman for men to date you in a position of power. Because only in a position of power do women stop overestimating themselves. Ladies, do you feel like you need to prove yourself to a man? And many women today feel like men need to prove themselves to you. But the kind of man you want something. I said it on Instagram, on YouTube the other day. If you're looking for a single black man earning $250,000 or more, that is roughly 125,000 black men out of 10 million. 10 million black women looking for 125,000 black men, 83 million women in this country. Why 250,000? Well, if you want two or three kids, for middle class people, it costs around $284,000 to raise a kid from 0 to adulthood. For families with a household income of $107,400 or more, that's upper class, the number jumps to $473,000. So if you want 3 children, you want almost $1.5 million in kids, and you don't get there making $70,000 a year. The point of the matter is this. Do you want a man who's making enough money to where you don't have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with your first child? Do you want to not have to work to pay more than 10% of the overall family financial load for a lifetime? Then a man who's going to do that is going to be an attorney, a physician, something in IT, coding. He's going to be up the vertical chart of an organization. He's going to be over 40 years old, likely. And you got to understand that these men are rare. And you don't think you have to do anything? You think that they just give a man $250,000 a year. And you think you can just come in with a snatch waist and a fat ass and a pretty face and bring in some used vagina. Again, ladies, don't get mad at me. What do you have to give a man that you have not already given to another man? He didn't get you when you were 21, still firm, tight, fresh, full of hope. He got you when you're 31 and you've been through some stuff. And you ladies lose this killer instinct of how to compete. This is why you overestimate yourself. This is why I ask so many women, where do you rank? And most women rank themselves so high because no one's told you the truth. Tonight we're going to talk about it. Where are you ranked? Where do you rank, ladies? Where do you rank? Can you get the kind of man you say you want? Again, if you're looking for men who are earning $200,000 or more, that's the top. That's 125,000 men, black men. Top 3%. Top 10% of black men earn $100,000 or more. If you're looking for a man earning $500,000 or more, you're talking about 1%. Are you a 1% woman? Are you a 3% woman? Are you a top 10% woman? And see, here's when all this is when all he gay, he hate his mama. This is when all this conversation comes because they get mad because they know I am a 40, because most women don't want to admit I'm average to above average. And that means I qualify for a man who's average. And I have to treat that man who's average like he's my king, because he is. Your king is like a country. If you're the president of the United States or the president of China, or the president, or if you're the prime minister of London, of the UK, that's different than being the president hookah jukama. It's different than being the president of some third world country. You may still have the title of president, but all presidents ain't equal. All presidents ain't equal. What kind of president are you? What's your conversion rate, ladies? She said I was with a 1% man and still left him. He ain't lost nothing. You left him, he ain't lost nothing. I love it when these women come in here and all that cap. I left the 1% man. Guess what? He's 1%. You're one of many. He ain't lost nothing. It's harder to find a 1% man than it is to find an arrogant, entitled, privileged woman who thinks she's the shit. You just getting older. You're overqualified for what? I love these women who talk all this shit like I did this, I did that. Nobody cares. I left a 1% man. Right. Right. He probably glad you gone. He probably like, damn, I'm glad. I already busted off. I was trying to get you to leave. You probably like, I'm glad she gone. Go 2 rounds. I was ready to just get my one and done. He's probably like, ugh. You still here? Hello?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. How old are you?
24.
24. So, can you turn the music? Where are you at? Are you at the club or something?
I'm at work, yeah.
Are you a dancer?
Yes, I am a dancer. Thank you.
Okay, I just heard the music. So what are we talking about tonight?
I just think I'm overqualified. I got all the traits to find a
Overqualified?
1% man. You said what?
You're overqualified. You got all the traits to find a 1% man?
A 1% man, yes. One like you. I just
Okay.
been waiting on you.
What are your traits?
I mean, I'm pretty, I'm loyal, I'm paid, I'm in school, I got a nice car, I got a nice apartment, I'm smart. Did I say that? Very intelligent. I'm just
Sounds like you
going through
described
life.
just
I'm a hidden gem, just waiting to be found.
Ain't there like, I don't know, 50,000 other women exactly like you? No offense, but ain't that the case? Go ahead, Kevin.
sounds like you described yourself just like a man would describe himself to a woman.
I
That too.
mean, you could say that,
I
but that's
mean,
how I feel.
okay, but what do the kind of men you say you're overqualified for? What do they want from a woman?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because every man that I come across just sees me as a come up, and
A
so
come
I'm
up,
just
a come up.
yeah, and so I'm just not really focused on a man right now. But I'm just wondering. I don't
Okay,
know.
hold on. If you're overqualified for a 1% man, that's a man who's $500,000 or more. Why would
I
that
don't think
man?
I'm in the right
Why would that man
environment
need?
to
Why
find
would
that.
that man? Okay, but
That-
have you been around men like that?
That's what I was just going to say. I don't think I'm in the right environment to find that because my pool, my pond is so small right now. So
Where
I
do you
just need to
live?
figure out
What city?
Seattle. We talked before. You don't remember
Mm,
me?
I
I
remember.
had gray hair last time we talked.
Well, I think you're very confident, but what is that confidence based in?
Myself.
Okay.
Like, this is what I don't like. She just said they talked before. She had gray hair last time they talked. That's all fake. From the eyes to the hair to the face, it's all fake. I don't know why I'm bringing this up. It's just like when she said that, I was like, yeah, fake, 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 fake. That's not your face. That's not. That's not you.
You can be confident in yourself, but everybody's confident until they step into the ring. Wherever you said you're overconfident, but you have not been around these kind of men.
I just think it's my area. There's not a lot here. I'm just not
There's a
in the
lot
right
of there's a
environment. Like
lot
the
of one.
club, the club. I'm not gonna
Okay,
find somebody.
listen. I'm going to have the in Seattle. Seattle is one of the highest earning
Yeah.
cities for men,
Yes.
but they don't tend to go to clubs to find a woman.
I agree with you. I'm not gonna find my 1% at the club, so I need to get out more. But I just don't know where to go because I get beat.
But you got to be honest with yourself. 1% men don't tend to marry dancers.
Right.
See, a lot of women tend to have a problem with their reality. The reality is you qualify for what you date. We attract what's like. And let me tell you something, ladies. You know, I knew who she was. With these eyelashes y'all got on, that puts you in the category of a fun girl.
Thank
And
you.
eyelashes and all that just says smash and dash. I'm not pumping up, it's smash and dash. Smash, I got to get back to work. I got to
Like for real, because it's like, are you still in hot girl summer phase? Are we on spring break? Like, what are we doing? Oh my gosh.
I got quarterlies to get out. I mean, seriously. So, you know, I'm not trying to be rude to anybody. But that's just the way that be. Um, I don't know if she dropped out accidentally or she left. But I also think it's funny that a lot of women, they think that a lot of women are like, I'm this, I'm that. And most of you women describe yourself either by the things you have or as a series of holes. It's funny that a lot of women don't want to be objectified, but then you'll objectify yourself and classify yourself by your body. Hello?
He's probably gonna drop him. Yep.
A lot of women will, you ask most women, who are you? And the first thing they start running down is all these superficial things. I'm pretty, I'm this, I'm that, I got a job, I got a car, I got this. See what I mean? The men, the kind of men that you ladies want, these men require something. You're going to have to give something you've never had to give before, and that's effort. And a lot of women get upset talking about the comments and this and that. Well, are you guys more concerned with the comments? Or are you more concerned with some of the stuff women tend to say? I mean, you got to understand where some of this stuff is coming from, folks. You get what it is. And, you know, and here's the thing. I don't have any problem with dancers. I spent most of my time in corporate America, not on the golf club, but in the strip club. I had a lot of respect for dancers because I learned a lot of game from dancers. I saw how a lot of guys thought when they were in the club. The problem is being a dancer. I actually the title of this show was going to be called "You Can't Turn a into a Housewife." Ladies, hear me and hear me well. If you can't be a housewife. There's this, can I go from OnlyFans to squaring up? No. And just because you can find one or two anecdotal cases, once a always. You know where I'm getting this from? From the kind of men you ladies say you want. Once always. No vice president of mergers and acquisition wants to date center stage Candy. They don't want to do that. No guy who's the director of logistics wants to be dealing with the woman who was the Thursday girl at the men's club. The guy don't want to be like, I remember her. She was at the bachelor party. You got to understand that these men, you're going to be a representation. You know how messed up it can be to bring a former into a company function. Now, this is coming from a guy who took a high-end escort to a company party, but she was a high-end escort. And I was playing the game, and it turned out great for me.
All right, guys, we're just gonna
But
skip
that's
ahead
not
a little bit to where
that's a
he
high-end
starts talking to
escort.
someone else.
A hoe is something that I can go to any club and see your women to be passed around. That's just what it comes down to. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am well. All right. So, how old are you?
36.
36.
Our
Okay.
audio is
What are we
horrible.
talking about today? I'm talking about overestimating values or hoes the housewife. Or did you have a question?
I don't have a question. I was just saying, I know some men that are like, oh, they love escorts, they love strippers, and they go for those type of women. That's weird to me.
And see, here's the thing: the honest to God truth is that men generally do love hoes. Not like love, like but men are more accepting of hoes and strippers and all that other stuff. We're just talking about. Well, I'm guessing he's going to be talking about marriage, long-term relationship type stuff. Yeah, we'll get with you. We'll be booed up, shacked up, all that stuff. Are we going to put a ring on it though? That's what it boils down to. And I think women get that confused. Oh, he likes me. They buy me stuff. They take me out. Are you going to get married though? Or are you just wasting your youth with him? Because it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing at all. While you're out having fun with him, he has until 35 forward to get his shit together, get a girl, all this stuff. You got until about you're 18 to 27. So that's what it really is. Men generally like hoes, just not trying to wife them. So
But no, it's just weird. Why? That's where the confusion comes into play. Also, it's like, well,
You know men, but what do these men earn and what do they do?
just like regular, like fixing air conditioners and stuff like
Okay.
that.
I'm making the distinction about men who are making over $100,000 a year.
Oh, okay.
So
Now,
that's we're talking about the higher income men.
mhm.
So you see, so what are you saying? You see women leave the club and get married?
Yes, to men that yes I have, but I'm not saying I'm not sticking up for them. I'm agreeing with you also. You know,
Well, I will say that, you know, like I said, a lot of women ask, can you go from being a housewife? Um, it's gonna be a hard one. Uh,
all right, let's get it, y'all.
but did they get married or are they just together?
they were just together.
There's a difference. The difference is marriage. See,
But
one of the things about my platform is we can only keep scores in marriages. We can't keep scores in relationships, talking, hooking up, living together. Marriages are is what we can count and is real.
mhm.
So
Okay,
I don't think it's a good path though. So uh, guys will date a woman, guys will have fun with it, kick it with it, but walk
and
down
that's
the
where the
aisle with one.
confusion
That's what I'm saying.
comes into play too sometimes because like men will date women like that, and then you got healthcare professionals like me that are out there, and we're looking at people like this, and I'm just confused sometimes. Like to be honest,
Kevin has said this many times. Healthcare professionals, nurses, RNs, and all that other stuff. Y'all just be too busy. Too busy. Not enough time. And then it's like, scheduling too busy, not enough time. But y'all be pretty bad. Not gonna lie, y'all be pretty bad.
Well, dating means having without commitments.
hmm
They don't get married, so do you want the outcome just because they're dating them?
no,
All right, they're in it for something different. But do you have any kids?
yeah, I have three kids.
How many all by the same father or different fathers?
The oldest, his father died, and then the younger two are by the same man.
Okay. Um, so two. Well, do you want to get married?
At this point, not really.
So what's the issue then? If you don't want to get married,
I mean, it's just after a while of listening to you, and I mean, I was already kind of like thinking that's kind of like the same way you were. At a point, it's like first off, I'm a little too busy to be, if you're a real mom and you're really doing it for real by yourself, you're too busy for a man. You're too busy to even act like you want to date or include anyone into into the equation. It should feel a little awkward in the first place to even just throw a man into the equation, especially when you got kids that are up in age. You know, it's a little weird for
But you're
my kids.
36.
Right.
Okay, how old is your youngest?
15.
Oh, you started early.
Yeah, I did.
So your
So
kids will be gone. Your kids are by before you're 40 years old. Your last kid will be out of high school.
right.
So what's the rest of life gonna look like for a 40-year woman?
So
You're gonna have your $2.4 million saved up.
so right now I'm just working on my company. It is a baby.
But are you going to have your $2.4 million saved by age 65 to retire on?
I don't know. Let's hope.
There's no hope. As a
Let's hope.
single one, there's no hope. See, if you don't have a man,
I mean, I'm
and
not
you
saying
no
that
listen,
that's not what I don't
listen. I need you to listen.
Mhm.
This is not about hope. This is about family planning and life. This is adult stuff. If you don't have a man, when you reach 65 in mandatory retirement, you can't work anymore. And you don't have enough money to live on from 65 to 85, you get more expensive as you age. Who's going to pay for you? Social Security won't be there. The government won't be there. Who's going to pay?
I mean, I'm not saying that that's not what I want. Right now, I do not want to.
I
But
don't care
later,
what, but see,
listen,
later is too
listen to me.
late.
Listen to me. Later, when
Later
in
is
about
too
5 years
late.
from now, in about 5 years from now, then I can focus
See,
on me.
that's your okay.
Because I listen to you,
Why do you
and
why do you why do you no. Why do you think it works that way? Why do you think you can make these? Why do you think you have that amount of
you
control?
contradict.
Yeah, she's not understanding that. She's already 35. In 5 years, she'll be 40. I understand she has a 15-year-old. He'll be about 20 out in college and all that other stuff, right? If she waits till 40, she is inevitably hitting and going to be in the danger zone, making it much harder to find a mate that will want to deal with her at that point in age. 35 is too late also, but at least 35, you're like, all right, 35, we can work with that. 40 just sounds bad on a woman. I'm not gonna lie. 40 sounds bad. It does not sound good. It sounds pretty bad. I don't like. I don't think she understands that she doesn't have the time that she thinks she has to make moves. Like I'm doing this because I don't have the time that I think I have. I'm nigga, boy oh boy.
Yourself because you're
No,
telling
I don't
all
know.
things
No. I just asked
you're
you. No,
cutting me off.
listen. No, not
You
no,
asked me
no,
a
no, no.
question.
I'm talking. No. I ask you, why do you think you can make that decision? And you telling me I contradict myself. That's not an answer. That's a statement.
So why do I what?
Why do you think you can make? Why do you think you have that much control?
Why wouldn't I? It's my life. Why wouldn't
Because because you had 3 children. Were you married to either one of the fathers?
I? No.
Okay.
One died before he could even, and then the other two, yeah, they're by the same man. But no, you have if somebody has issues, you gotta cut it off. You
Then
cannot.
why have babies with somebody that got issues? See,
You,
marry before you
sometimes though,
carry.
sometimes when
No,
you're young, you make mistakes.
no. See, there's the same again right there. I'm young and dumb. See, one of the biggest problems I have, especially with black women, is you keep excusing yourselves. You give yourself the benefit of the doubt, and then because life gets messed up and stressful, you put it off on being too busy and this and that. And at the end of the day, that
But you
sounds.
don't make
I
an
need you to.
excuse
I need.
though
No,
to me
okay,
because
I'm gonna either have the
you
conversation. I'm going to have the conversation with you or over you. Not going to talk through me. That's just not going to happen.
go ahead.
The reality is this. It doesn't matter what you think about it or I think about it. Somebody's going to have to pay for you once you retire. If you don't have a man, if you don't have it saved, either you going to pay for it, your kids going to pay for it, somebody, because the government ain't going to pay for it. Where's it going to come from?
Okay, we'll say the kids because I invest in them, okay, and I'm
That's
building.
that's up.
I'm up.
That's up. That's up. That
They
is
should help.
that is up.
If y'all couldn't hear, she was basically alluding to her kids are going to take care of her.
You're not gonna help your parents.
That it is
You don't
not.
help your parents.
That is. Listen to me and listen to me well, people. This is part of the problem with the black community. This is up that our black mothers like this think that their kids owe them something.
Yeah, you do.
No, they don't. No.
definitely-
This is why most of our children are not born out of a loving, respectful relationship. Most of our kids are born out of they're born out.
Mine wasn't.
Okay, they're not born in marriage.
We were
There's not a
together
plan. But did you? Okay.
for a year.
Okay. So anyway, a whole year. Then you want to say you're young and dumb and this and that. That means no plan. And this is what I was just talking about earlier today on YouTube.
But you
Giving
can't
yourselves
go
the
from
benefit of the
that
doubt.
You can't go from a choice that you made at 17 to 20 to 36 and then go back and be like, oh, well, you
No,
made
you
this
can't.
mistake,
No, you
did
can't.
that, and you did this.
No, you
Okay,
can't. But
so
you are
now
supposed. But
I'm
you are
raising my
supposed to.
children, and I'm laying in my bed, and I'm raising my children, and when I'm finished, then
Lay in your bed. What do you expect to do, ma'am? Is raising the children that you had not an option? And then it's the lack of accountability. Like, yeah, she's trying to claim it out because he's like pushing her, but I was young and dumb. That is not an excuse. You let children into this world. You allow women and men to be born into this world. I hate those excuses. Young and dumb, all this other shit, man.
I can focus on them.
And this is the problem. You
I'm
think
really young.
this is the problem. They really think
That's
they have
beautiful.
this. They really think they have this much control. You can't tell them anything. That's what I'm saying. Man, you think you have that kind of. When they're then, I can just plug this in like this, and I'll be young and beautiful. You'll be 41 with 3 kids, and
That are grown.
you think a man is going to come in and say,
That are
I'll
grown.
I'll marry you. Sure,
Oh, yeah,
I'll marry
exactly.
you. I'll marry you, and then I'll take on all, and then you can take
What
my money.
responsibility? What
All right,
responsibility?
yeah, all right. So this is the problem. This is what you just seen right now. Is this why I don't give the young and dumb excuse? Because you don't sound like you've
You're
learned
not doing that.
anything.
So like it's weird because I don't. She seems to think that. She seems to think that when she's 40, she'll just be able to magically obtain this guy, right? Does she not understand that most men are at the height of their success when they're about 40 and men aren't going to want to date a woman around their age? The only people who are going to be interested in a 40-plus-year-old woman, single, is younger men. Facts. Tell me if I'm lying. The only people interested in 40-plus-year-old women is younger men. That...
Because you said I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Man, you don't have that kind of control. Men decide who get married, not you. Men determine who gets married.
So if I decide I don't want to get married, that's not my control. That's not
No,
my
somebody has to decide to marry you first. You can decide
No,
when you
if
accept
I-
the proposal. No. See, that's what I think. They think they have control they don't have.
See, and it's the same thing with sex. Women decide who to have sex. Obviously, if a girl goes to me and says, do you want to have sex? I can turn it down, yes or no. But generally speaking, men would want to have sex more often than women want to have sex. That's why we say they have control over it. Obviously, she has a choice in whether or not she can get married. Duh, obviously, right? But we're saying that the proposition is coming from us. Someone has to engage you first, propose it first. Then you can get married. You don't just get to marry at will when you want to or choose when you want to. No. The man decides that. Not you. Just like you decide when the man has sex. I didn't think this shit was hard to understand.
A man has to propose to you first.
You act like we have to get married. Like
I don't. You get
Oh,
married.
that's
I don't
we
give it.
all-
No,
we
understand
all-
something.
and I'm gonna be
Understand
happy-
something. I don't
happily
give it.
ever
Well, this is-
after.
And then Kevin, he already explained, you don't have to get married. But if you're talking about it, if that's the conversation we're having, then yes. I might be screaming at you guys. I'm so sorry. But yes. And now she's getting hyper defensive. She's in her feelings because she's understanding the reality he's talking about and she doesn't want to accept the information he's given because she's lost.
the
if
same.
I have a man.
This is the same woman who came on complaining about how strippers get relationships and she doesn't. This is why this is the same
Oh, I
person.
didn't say that. Oh,
I
I
don't
get
give it,
men
man.
everywhere.
I bet you
Trust
do.
me.
You got 3 kids.
Doctors,
I bet you do.
doctors come
I
on
do.
to
You
me,
got the
nurses
red
come
hair.
on to me, ICU
Exactly. You
nurses
look
come
like
on
you
to
be
me.
fun, but again, don't nobody want to marry you. And at the end of the day, I don't care if you get
No,
married or not. I don't shit if you.
not
I don't
it.
shit if you
That's
get.
not
I don't
it.
give it. I don't give. I don't give.
Been in a
I don't give.
relationship.
Exactly.
I'm
You're not. I don't give. You
choice
get
that
married.
I
I
want
don't
to
give it.
make
I
my
don't give it.
feeling
I
my
don't
feeling.
give. I don't give whether you get married or not. I just hope that the taxpayer don't have to fund you, because if your kids gonna have to pay for you, or you gonna be homeless because you ain't gonna have it together.
Why would they? I mean, I
Yeah,
definitely am working and I'm doing
it doesn't
a
matter
damn good
because you
job
takes
at
more
working at a really great job
because
in Vegas.
you are too hard
Doing
headed. You are too hard headed and too stubborn to hear any goddamn thing. This is the modern woman, modern black woman. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Too defiant in the foolishness. This is a woman who with red hair and Cupid doll eyelashes talking about, well, why these men go over here? Because there's not a sliver of paper difference between a ratchet stripper and a ratchet nurse. Disagreeable by nature. I was young and I made a mistake. I was young and okay. Well, have you learned the maturity anyway? You sound like the same young fool you were before. And after I get these kids out of the house, then I can focus on the men. Why would a man want to focus on your redheaded self? Why would he want to do that? Hey, let me go ahead and come along with you, and then I'll just go ahead and let you take the last 20 plus years of my life so you can be retired. They really believe they have this much control. This is what I talked about the entire day. Overestimating. That woman thinks she's and you're average with 3 kids and a bad attitude. This is why so many men are like, y'all want people to go out and date this, marry this? And women like her, when they're not trying to be impressive for other women online and stand in their truth, their power, they know how jacked up their situation is. That woman knows she's screwed. That woman knows it's over. It's over. She knows it's over because she has been with her entire life. She's seen the men she's dealt with, her kids, and her kids. I want you guys to understand, her kids are going to be her retirement plan. Her kids don't even get to go live their own life. And I'm not saying, and I'm saying that because that's a choice. I'm not saying it because it happened and life happens. Yes, family's supposed to help out family and all that other stuff, but it is fucked up that women are openly saying, I raise my kids, so they need to take care of me when I'm old. No, you're supposed to do your best to do what you can to be agreeable to work with somebody to make sure any kind of burden, and it is a burden, you push off to your children is minimal at best. What's supposed to happen, lady, is your grown is supposed to leave your children something. You're not supposed to leave them with a goddamn bill. Sheer ignorance.
He's exactly right. And that wraps up this episode. Young men, listen to this man. Listen to this man very well. He is I'll see y'all later, man. I can't.